Hello, Scorpios. Hello, Scorpios. Today is Wednesday, November 5th. I'm Kat. This is Tarot with Kat. I'm here every Wednesday doing weekly readings for all the air and water signs and every Monday for all the fire and earth signs. So welcome, welcome. This will be the reading for Scorpios for the week of November 5th through the 12th. If you're returning and you haven't done so yet, I want to encourage you right now to smash that subscribe button right below. It's absolutely free. It costs you nothing. The first 500 subscribers will get a free membership to this channel. When I hit 500, I get to open my member section, which has all kinds of like extended reads and bonus materials and other things that only members have access to. So be one of the first 500, get your membership for free. And great gratitude and appreciation from me. So thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk about our astrology this week. After a wonderful, crazy month of so many portals opening and transformations for people, big life transformations, with all these grand trines happening with these planets, we now have planets moving back into their orbits and into retrograde. So if for certain signs, especially for like fire signs like me, I felt such forward momentum, almost being propelled forward, and now I almost feel like I'm walking through quicksand. So I don't know how the experience has been for you, but that's kind of what it seems like. Now for water signs like you, Scorpio, this week the theme is going to be deep feeling, intuition, transformation. The Taurus full moon today, supermoon, surfaces what's been floating under the surface, especially around emotional safety, money, support, and self-worth. So you might be having conversations or feelings around all that and really questioning those things. Excuse me, getting over a terrible flu this week. Venus in Scorpio is going to heighten your emotional depth, while Mars in Sagittarius is going to invite you to expand beyond your comfort zone. So you, Scorpio, your sign is activated by Venus entering Scorpio. Intimacy, truth, power, transformation. Under the full moon, you may face revelations about what you value in relationships and also about shared resources. So yes, so tip for the week, dive deep, but don't drown. Let the strong feelings that emerge guide you, but not control you. You're going to be experiencing a lot of that stuff this week with what's happening with the planets. This week is going to demand balance between movement and grounding. Mars fuels action, but the Taurus full moon and the Uranus retrograde remind you that true security isn't about grip, it's about centeredness. Choose clarity before impulsivity, value before confidence, and let transformation be steady rather than rushed. Okay. All right. Now let's see what the tarot has to say for you, shall we, Scorpio? This is the reading for Scorpio for the week of November 5th through November 12th. And I am using the Centennial Smith-Waite deck. I put links to this and other decks I use, as well as other information in the description for this video. Do open it up. I have biblical links to this tarot reading with linked scripture. And there you are. I also have a link to buy me a coffee if you enjoy this reading and care to support me and support this channel. You are coming up this week, Scorpio, as King of Wands. That's what you're coming up with. Crossing you as your challenge, obstacle, or awareness is the moon. Wow, is the moon card. Down here in your subconscious tool shed is a Three of Pentacles. In your immediate past here, Scorpio, we're looking at the Empress. Yes, growing something new, nurturing something new. Up here in your crown is Temperance. Look at all the major arcana coming up. Stepping into your immediate future right around the middle of November is a Five of Swords. Having to be really mindful about your communication there. You this week in your environment, Scorpio, you're feeling like the Knight of Cups. The environment this week is giving you the Knight of Swords. Oh, sorry about my pup up there howling away. I'm one reading away from taking a break and going and being with him. He's been really good this morning. In your hopes and fears sector here, it's the Three of Swords. And then as a final potential outcome, we've got the Devil card. Oy, something to be aware of there. So we're going to be pulling here, Scorpio, from our holographic Rider-Waite deck, also linked in the description section of this video, our confirmation card. This card will give us further clarification or confirmation of this reading. If at any point your intuition is telling you a guess what you think this card might be, do drop that in the comments section below, and we'll see. It's a fun way to test your intuition. We'll leave that hidden until the very end. All right, Scorpio, so this week you're coming up as this King of Wands, with this King of Wands energy. Remember that the tarot is genderless, so this just means King of Wands energy. This means somebody who's very secure in their house and home and family, takes care of their household and family, very, very secure in that. Also very secure in their desires and passions, a very passionate person. So yeah, passionate person, passionate about, especially around home and family. And that's what you are coming up as, Scorpio. You're being crossed as your obstacle, challenge, awareness. I think it's going to be your challenge this week based on what the planets are doing with this Moon card. This is the card of mystery, the card of paths unknown. It's our 18th major arcana. We've got sun, moon, and stars, so it's beautiful. It comes just after the star card, I believe, and just before the sun. It's got all these creepy crawlies coming up out of the water. It's a card of not being sure of what's real or what's illusion or what path is the correct path to take. It's a card of having to trust your intuition. And that's what's crossing you this week, Scorpio, not knowing and having things hidden from you and having to trust your intuition. You're bringing with you as part of your subconscious tool chest here, as part of who you are, this Three of Pentacles, which is the apprenticeship card. It's working toward bringing about change. I'm noticing you also have the Three of Swords up in your hopes and your fears for sure. And you have the Three in your immediate past with the Empress here. So lots of threes. So threes are change. So changes are happening to you in your life. You're going through life change for sure. And so you're bringing with you this Three of Pentacles, this learning this new skill, learning these new things, maybe going back to school, and you've got that going for you as part of you. You're stepping out of your immediate past, the third major arcana, the Empress. So she is fertility, she's growth, she's growing something new. It's already there. The seed's already been planted. And so things are happening in here. She's pregnant and she's bringing about, things are coming. Things are on their way. They're not here yet, but they're on their way. Okay, which jives with you bringing this Three of Pentacles with you. In your crown is a beautiful major arcana, another major arcana, the 14th, Temperance, which has to do with keeping balance, balancing things out, keeping the flow going, making sure you're not paying too much attention to one thing and not another, to work and not home, and vice versa. That is in your crown as your ideal, something for you to keep on your mind and work toward as you're being crossed. And listen to your intuition. Look at the water flowing with the Temperance card. So Temperance is also very much about listening to your intuition. You're going to be stepping in your immediate future right about the mid-November, around the 12th, this Five of Swords. So this is a card of maybe misunderstandings, arguments and misunderstandings. Swords are all about thoughts and communication, and Five of Swords is a battle not well won. People are walking away nobody's really satisfied. So this is like petty arguments that you're facing in mid-November that are arising, probably from all the stuff that's going to be percolating and bubbling up that you weren't expecting. And so the advice is to have temperance. Be mindful of your words. Be careful. Think before you speak as you're stepping into that, okay? I think we see that coming with the planets. You're feeling this wonderful Knight of Cups, this Knight of Cups. So like reaching out and making emotional connections with people. This is you. You're wanting to make those emotional connections, I think, in your environment right now is how you're feeling this week. And your environment is bringing a Knight of Swords. So somebody rushing in with communication and thoughts and words, and maybe rushing in also with truth. Could be legal action even. Sometimes it's legal action, but really swift action. And you're going to be maybe feeling some of that in your environment. So you're fearing, in your hopes and fears, it's the Three of Swords. It's heartache. It's having to put some things to an end so that you can, grow what you want to grow. And so you could face this devil, frankly. You have to say goodbye to certain relationships that are not good for you anymore. Whether it's personal relationships or relationships with things, whether it's an addiction or whatever. You're fearing it, but don't fear that. This is no big deal. This is so easy to overcome. You need to go through that. Potential final outcome after this week for you, Scorpio, is this Devil card. This is a card of illusions, addictions, getting trapped back into old habits, old things, because old things are going to bubble up and you might get sucked back in. You could get sucked back into them, and that would be the devil. The devil's in anything that pulls you off your right path, whether it's toxic relationships, chemical addictions. It's also, they are under the impression that they don't have control over this. They do. Their chains are very loose. We all have control over the devil. So it is a feeling of a lack of empowerment, but it is a false feeling. You have the power. That's really important to remember when you face this devil in your environment. So I wonder what our confirmation card could be, Scorpios. More about facing this devil, more about in your immediate future, this Five of Swords. These things are going to arise, and having to be careful about being careful with this swift action. I could see a Four of Swords telling you to be mindful, or a Hermit card to something along those lines, to take a break, take a time out, perhaps. I don't know. Something about the Devil card, something about trusting your intuition with this moon. Let's find out, shall we? It's the Sun. It's the Sun card. So the Sun comes right after the moon. So I think this is encouragement to you, and it's a great counter to the darkness of the devil. Trust your intuition. Exercise temperance. You are growing something clearly. You're making emotional connections, which is wonderful. Don't fear those little breakups that you have, that you have to face when you are fighting off this devil, which you do have power over, because your ultimate outcome is the Sun. It's pure joy, fulfillment, light, happiness in motion, in action. It's beautiful. I think my favorite card in the tarot. So beautiful reading, Scorpio. Looks like it's going to be a heck of a week. I'd love to hear back from you. And I hope to hear back from you next week for next week's reading. So if you haven't done so yet, hit that thumbs up, hit that like, and do hit subscribe. It's totally free. The first 500 get a free membership, extended readings, all kinds of other fun free stuff. So yeah, and we'll see you next week.